Hi, this is Steve Tickner, Traffic Response Systems. I want to tell you about a free webinar that I'm going to be running, and I would like to show you some proven small business marketing strategies that will improve every area of your business and create significant extra revenue easily and consistently and in any economy. Why am I doing this? Well, the objective is to teach you about some of the things that you're missing online and how you can correct that. Many small business owners are missing out on a great opportunity because it's so hard to keep up with what's going on. And if we're all so busy, who's got the time to learn about all this stuff? So you need a guide, and I'm willing to be your guide. And to what I want to do with this free webinar is show you some pretty basic things, but some very interesting things to get you thinking a little bit about some of the things that you're potentially missing out on and can be doing very cheaply and easily to start getting better results on the internet. So here's what you will learn about: how to generate a lead online. I'm going to show you a simple system that you can get for literally pennies a day. That will help you to identify prospects, or actually more correctly help prospects to identify themselves. It will help you to keep the prospects informed or updated about what's going on in your business, about your services or products. By utilizing this form of communication, it will help you build a trust relationship with your prospect and prove that you're a trusted advisor, which is extremely important, especially in today's saturated marketing world. And the really good news about all of this is it can be put on autopilot. Once you get it set up, you can put it on autopilot and you don't have to touch it again. It's been proven that people rarely buy straight away. A lot of people completely ruin any chance they've got by trying to go for the sale straight away. Our websites are really a lead generation tool, and that's the way we should really be focusing on. What we're doing with our websites is lead generation, and you need to generate a lead and then nurture that lead, and eventually you'll make a sale. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is how to drive traffic to your website, and specifically how Google has changed in the last year or so, and because of that change, it's now possible for you to rank on page 1 of Google for much bigger search terms than you would have ever thought possible. For example, you could be on page 1 of Google for weight loss. 6 months ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, but certainly no longer than a year ago, you would have had no chance unless you were Nutrisystem or somebody like that. I mean, these huge companies that have been out there for a long time have got hundreds of thousands or millions of backlinks to their websites, and there's no way that you can put up a website with your small business and start to compete. But I'm going to show you how you actually can get page 1 ranking for those big terms now. I'm also going to show you how there are multiple channels that you can utilize, and most business owners are not doing this. Small or large actually are not utilizing multiple channels. So I'm going to explain to you what that means and show you how you can actually start to utilize those channels to get page 1 rankings on Google quickly and easily. I'm also going to show you how you can afford it, because you can reallocate funds directed to other forms of advertising that are no longer working. I'm going to show you and tell you about why traditional media advertising now officially sucks. I'm also going to show you how you can not afford to do it, because if you don't start to reallocate and start to move more of your efforts for lead generation and marketing online, then you will gradually just be fading away. And the numbers are conflicting, but I think it's pretty safe to say now more than 80% of people find information about businesses and services online, and predominantly that will be using Google. I mean, people do use other search engines, but I mean mainly they'll be going online and searching, doing a Google search and trying to find information about your product or service. So that's something that I'm going to be talking about on the webinar too. And I'm going to show you how you can track all of your lead generation and advertising activities so you know what's working, or more importantly what's not working. This is one of the reasons that you may have seen in the news recently that newspapers were crying about Google stealing their thunder and they're losing revenue because Google News is showing news in the search results, and so people are going to the news rather than buying newspapers, and their advertising's down, and the Yellow Book is saying that Google is stealing all their advertisers and so on and so forth. Well, the reason that this is all changing is because of tracking. You can easily track online what's working and what's not, so you can track whether or not the money that you're spending on your advertising and lead generation and marketing efforts is actually worth spending. And I'm sorry, but newspapers and also the online directories, Yellow Book, Yellow Pages, White Pages, Verizon Super Pages, whatever they are, have had years to provide you with a mechanism to be able to track your return on investment for your advertising spend, and they haven't done it. And Google's providing all these tools, and not only Google but a lot of other providers as well, as direct response marketers are providing tools to allow you to track and to allow you to figure out where you should be spending your money and whether your money is being well spent and whether you should spend the money there or spend it somewhere else. Tracking's really crucial. I mean, it's absolutely crucial. I'm going to show you that very briefly, and then I'm going to show you how you can easily interact with your customers so that you'll know what your customers want, which is very nice. You will also know what they don't want, which is nice but can also be a little bit painful and a little bit bruising to the ego, but it's definitely worth knowing. It's a bit like having a crystal ball that's going to allow you to tap into the mind of your market. And the great news is it's using a resource that you already have. Okay, and hopefully more, much more. We're going to see how much we can fit into this. So when is it, and what's the catch? Well, I'm going to run these on either Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday. So not on a Monday, not on a Friday. Nice middle of the week day. And the start time is going to be 12 noon. And it's going to be a 1 hour webinar, 45 minutes with then 15 minutes for questions and answers. The great news is it means that you can get a sandwich and a coffee, and then you can sit at your computer and attend the webinar and have your lunch break while you're learning something about how to use the internet to help your business online. So that's great, and yes, it's free. There are only 20 spots on the webinar, so it's first come first served. And all you need to do is you can either fill out the form that's on this web page, just put in your name and email address. You'll get added to that list, and then as soon as there are places available, I will email you and let you know. And if you want to sign up for that particular webinar, there'll be a link there. You just click on the link, you put in your name and email address, and I'll send you the information and a link to the webinar, and you can attend. It's as simple as that. Or if you want to try this now, you can type this URL into your browser address bar, http:// first name dot last name. That's where first name is your first name and last name is your last name. So it's first name dot last name dot trstechnology.com /IM4SMBS, and that will take you to a page where you'll see a little bit of personalization, which is a really cool feature that you should use if you can, because it's proven to increase response rates by 10 to 15%. So personalization is actually a big deal. So you can use that URL or just fill out the form on this web page. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you sometime in the not too distant future on a free webinar. Thanks for watching.